Good Monday morning. Ich bin wie immer Maren und wie ihr vielleicht seht, habe ich heute nicht Todd dabei und nicht Genevieve und auch nicht Maria, sondern ich habe Silvia mitgebracht. Und Silvia wird sich auch gleich selbst vorstellen. Und ich habe auch schon einen Kommentar gesehen zu unserem heutigen Thema. Und zwar sprechen wir heute über Betonung. Und ja, und dazu habe ich die Expertin Silvia mitgebracht. But Silvia, kick us off and please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yes, hello, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm so excited to be here with you all. I will start with a short introduction. My name is Silvia Place-Hildesheim. I am from outside of Washington, D.C. in the United States. So you can place my accent in the northeastern part of the U.S. And I've just moved here to Berlin a few months ago in July of this year to work at Babbel as an English editor. So I'm part of one of the teams that works on the content within the app. And specifically, I work with the language English. Before I came here to work at Babbel, I was an English language teacher for about 7 years. And I worked with adults, much like yourselves, who were learning English. So I also have a master's degree in TESOL, which is teaching English to speakers of other languages. I'm really excited to be here interacting with you all today. So thank you, Maren, for the opportunity to bring me on. And everybody who's listening, please be active in the chat. If you have questions, put them in there. If you don't understand anything I'm saying, ask the questions in there, ask in English and German, and one of those languages, other languages, that'd be fine too. We'll figure it out. But yeah, be active in the chats. And thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Danke, Silvia. Ja, very nice to have you here. Und ich habe auch schon ein paar sehr interessante Wörter gesehen, die ihr uns reingeschrieben habt als Wörter, die ihr schwierig findet in ihrer Aussprache oder Betonung. Dazu kommen wir auf jeden Fall gleich noch. Und sehr schön, dass ich auch schon eins mit TH gesehen habe und auch welche mit mehreren Silben. Und genau, wie ich gesagt habe, haben wir eine Expertin mitgebracht. Und zwar kennt sich Silvia sehr gut aus mit stress and pronunciation in English. Silvia, what is stress? What is pronunciation? Please tell us a bit more about that topic and what we're going to do today.
Great question. So this topic I'm really excited about. I love talking about this. I think it's fun, and I think people always request it. And so what is it? Stress is one of the most important things, I think, when we talk about English pronunciation. So English is what we call a stress-timed language, and good news, so is German. So while it does take time to kind of train our ears to hear the kind of things I'm going to talk about, you might find that it comes a little bit naturally because we'll have some examples, and Maren will provide us some examples in German as well. But let me get back to it. Stress-timed language, what does that mean? It means that in English, different syllables or parts of the words will have more emphasis, more stress. They will be longer, they will be slightly higher pitched, and other syllables or parts of the words will be shorter. So we have this difference between long and short syllables. That's essentially what it means.
Super. Ich fasse das nochmal ganz kurz auf Deutsch zusammen, weil ich auch fand, als wir darüber gesprochen haben, Silvia und ich, fand ich auch, es ist schwierig, über die eigene Betonung in der eigenen Muttersprache etwas zu wissen, weil das etwas ist, was wir ganz natürlich machen. Wenn wir lernen zu sprechen, denken wir nicht wirklich über unsere Betonung nach. Aber nichtsdestoweniger sind bei uns auch manche Silben im Deutschen mehr betont als andere, manche Silben sind ein bisschen länger. Und ich glaube, allein wenn wir das Wort Betonung anschauen, dann hören wir ja schon, für uns klingt es, wenn wir sagen Betonung, klingt es richtig. Aber wenn ich jetzt sage Betonung oder Betonung, dann klingt es ein bisschen falsch. Und genau das ist dieser Word Stress, diese Betonung auf den einzelnen Silben, die Silvia uns erklärt hat. Und du hast auch ein Beispiel gleich zum Anfang mitgebracht, Silvia.
Yes, let's go with the classic example that I love. So we're going to start with the word F-O-R. So Maren, how would you pronounce that word?
Let me write that in the comments. For. I would say for.
And absolutely, so would I, especially if it's just by itself, just for. So now how about if we add one more word to it, example? How would you say that together?
For example.
Exactly, also common, although you might have heard before, I'm sure you have, for example. For example. So that nice round O that we had for, when we had the word by itself, when we put it together with example, you'll often hear for. So that O, what we call it reduced. It got smaller because it is not stressed. So it turns into this sound together with the R is an for example.
Ich schreibe das auch mal kurz in die Kommentare.
Exactly, for.
Genau, was Silvia gesagt hat, es klingt dann ein bisschen, als würde man es mit E schreiben. For example.
Because the stress is on the example. The a sound in our stress is always going to be on the vowels. So whenever you have trouble pronouncing a word, find that stressed vowel and just really pronounce that vowel. So example, for example. And that for is going to be really, really fast. It's going to kind of connect to that second word. So you'll hear, the thing you hear the strongest is that for example, for example.
So let me show what you just, let me show how you, and maybe we would never write it like that. Wir würden das nie so schreiben. Aber was Silvia gesagt hat, könnte so aussehen. Kannst du es noch einmal aussprechen, Silvia?
For example. For example. Another classic example is a, the letter A, but then also the article a. You always will hear it as a boy, a chair, a phone, never a phone. Great.
Sehr gut. Ja, und wir hatten auch, das weißt du nicht, Silvia, aber wir hatten genau mit dem A und hatten wir eine Session mit Genevieve. Das hat sie auch erklärt, dass man zwar A sagt, wenn es isolated steht, wenn es einfach alleine steht, aber in Kombination sprechen wir es auch meistens aus.
So similar ideas here today. When we find the stressed vowel, the other vowels around it will most likely reduce and become this sound. So the same idea with a and but within a word. So should we go through some more examples, Maren?
Yes, please. Okay. I'm ready for examples. Und ihr könnt natürlich zu Hause alle, auch wenn wir es nicht hören und nicht überprüfen können, ihr könnt sehr gerne mitsprechen. Ihr könnt mir oder Silvia nachsprechen. Am besten Silvia, sie macht das am besten. Aber genau, wenn ihr in einer ruhigen Umgebung seid, dann sprecht einfach mit und übt mit uns zusammen.
So I have 3 examples that we're going to go through with you, Maren, and then we have some other words that we're going to do with all of you all listening. And I'll take some of yours from the chat. I've been noting down. We had some examples. Okay. So let's do the first one from my introduction, Washington. So I'm from Washington, D.C. So Maren, how many syllables does the word Washington have?
Silben, okay. Wir suchen nach Silben oder auf Englisch Syllables. Und das kennen bestimmt viele von euch. Das ist, wenn man so mit den Fingern mitzählt, wie viele Teile dieses Wort hat. Washington. Ich würde sagen 3.
Yes, exactly. So Washington, we have 3 syllables, and so in the US we count like this, right?
Yeah, we do like this.
We have 3 syllables. I'm going to pronounce it a little bit slowly and with extra emphasis on the stressed syllable, and I'll ask you, Maren, where do you hear the stress? So, Washington. Washington.
Okay, wenn ihr das in den Kommentaren schreiben wollt, könnt ihr auch die Zahl der Silbe schreiben, die ihr meint, die betont ist. One more time, Silvia, and then I'll do my
Washington.
Guess. Und ich sehe schon, Christa hat geantwortet, Washington. Also Christa sagt die erste Silbe, Sigrid auch, Sabine auch, und ich würde auch sagen, first syllable is the stressed syllable.
Yes, Washington. And so I like to kind of point it out that these two, they come together then, right? Washington, Washington. All right, let's go to the next example. In my introduction, I said, I'm really excited to be here today. So let's take a look at the excited. How many syllables in the word excited?
How many syllables? Also zuerst suchen wir die Anzahl der Silben.
Excited.
Excited. Sabine und Albert waren schon sehr schnell. Okay, everybody says 3.
I'm seeing a lot of 3s in the chat.
Excited.
Great. Yep, excited. I'm going to say it a little bit slowly now, so try to listen and see which one you think has the stress, and then you can, in the chat, just as you're doing, 1, 2, or 3. Excited. Excited.
Welche Silbe ist betont?
Excited.
Aha. Okay, wow. I see a lot of 2s.
Excellent. Excited. 2 is correct. Okay, 3/2. Excited. You might be hearing the 3 because I'm saying it out of the third syllable, excited, with that d at the end. I think I'm over enunciating that a little bit, but in normal speech, you probably actually, this last d or the t, it's a different pronunciation topic, but often it gets left out or is very, very quiet. So that's a good point kind of about that third syllable. Also has some changes in fast speech. But yeah, number 2, excited. Excited.
Sehr gut. And one more example.
Yes, let's do a little bit of a longer word this time. In my introduction, I also said, thank you for the opportunity. So let's look at opportunity. How many syllables in opportunity?
Wie viele Silben haben wir? Und im Englischen findet man eher weniger Wörter mit vielen Silben. Im Deutschen haben wir die ganz langen Komposita. I see different answers. Es gibt 4 und 5, ja.
Teachers love it when there are different answers, because then we can talk about it. So let's go through it. Opportunity. So we do have 5. 5 is correct. When you break it down slowly, it's clear to see, but sometimes even, I think I was saying it a little bit fast, opportunity. That last one, T, actually does count as 2 syllables, this part at the end, T. You can also think of it anytime you have a vowel sound, or if you're looking at the word, if you can't really count the vowels because sometimes we have 2 vowels together that are 1 sound, but how many vowel sounds do you have? And that's how many syllables you have. Okay, I'll say it slowly and let's see where is the stress. Okay, opportunity. Opportunity. Opportunity.
Auf welcher Silbe ist die Betonung? Sigrid, Christa, Gerda, Sabine, Albert, Karen. Everybody says 3.
So yeah, these first 2 are going to come together. Opportunity. So these last 2, they really do come together, kind of sound like one. Opportunity. Or opportunity. Great.
Sehr spannend. Ja, und eigentlich wollte ich ein deutsches Beispiel bringen zur Veranschaulichung, aber ihr macht das alle schon so großartig, dass ihr die Silben erkennt und auch die Betonung. Aber wir schauen uns trotzdem mal genau diese Opportunity auf Deutsch an, Gelegenheit. Ja, wie viele Silben haben wir denn da im deutschen Wort? Das ist zu einfach. Ich habe schon gesehen, ihr seid alle sehr fit bei den Silben und bei der Betonung. Also wir haben Gelegenheit. Ja, Albert, Sabine, Christa, wir haben 4 Silben und die Betonung haben wir auf welcher Silbe? Gelegenheit. Welche Silbe ist betont? Und das ist immer sehr interessant, dass es doch in den Sprachen Unterschiede gibt, wo wir Silben betonen. Und das ist ja auch ein ganz großer Punkt, wo man oft Muttersprachler von Nicht-Muttersprachlern unterscheidet, weil man vielleicht die Betonung der eigenen Sprache in die andere Sprache überträgt. So, genau, Uli, Albert, Sigrid, Beate, alle wunderbar erkannt. Die Betonung liegt auf der zweiten Silbe, also wir sagen Gelegenheit. Eine Gelegenheit. Silvia, are there any rules? Is there anything that we can really memorize in order to do stress and pronunciation correctly in English?
Yes, excellent question. Excellent question. And I know it's on all of your minds as well, because we always get this question, especially we start with some examples. People are wondering, how do I know when it's stressed on the first, second, or third syllable? And so I do have 3 rules for you all that I will share. But before I share these rules, I have to tell you that there are a lot of exceptions. And I'll even share some of these exceptions with you so you can see. But I like to call them patterns more than I like to call them rules, because in this case, there are so many exceptions. There are words that will follow this pattern and you'll see it a lot, but there are lots of exceptions. So the best thing I always like to tell people is to learn this is to just listen as much as you can. Start to raise your awareness of understanding of stress. Try to listen for it and hear it. And through time, we don't like this answer because we want to learn quickly, but through time, your brain will start to catch these patterns and remember these patterns. So that being said, let me tell you what some of the patterns are. Number 1, if you have a noun with 2 syllables, the stress will be on the first syllable. So let's look at some examples.
Wait, I'll show what you just said.
Sure. Thank you.
Also genau, wenn wir einen Nomen haben mit 2 Silben, dann ist normalerweise die Betonung auf der ersten Silbe. Und normalerweise, ihr habt ja gehört, Silvia hat gesagt, es gibt so ein paar Regeln oder vielleicht so ein paar Muster, denen viele Wörter folgen. Aber natürlich wie immer, und das kennen wir ja schon, gibt es auch sehr viele Ausnahmen. Aber schauen wir uns mal ein paar Beispiele für dieses erste Muster an.
So let's see, we have jacket. 2 syllables, stress on the first one. Jackets. Jackets. Right? And we have student. 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 Same with teacher. 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 So 3 nouns there, stress on the first syllable. Ready for the second rule, you think?
I'm ready.
Second, or pattern, I should say. Second pattern, if a verb has 2 syllables, the stress will be on the seconds. Verbs with 2 syllables usually have stress on the second syllable. So let's see some of my examples. Pronounce. Pronounce. I like this example because that O in the first syllable, we see that reduced vowel that's smaller. So instead of pronounce, we have pronounce. Pronounce. Believe. Believe. And repeat. Repeat. Stress on the second syllable. So here I also have I wanted to show you one example of a word that's a verb stressed on the first syllable. So listen. Listen. Please listen carefully. The I in that first syllable is stressed. So you can see we do have some exceptions. Well, we have a lot more than that, but that was one example. Maren, I believe that there was a session a couple weeks ago about this very difference.
Ganz genau. Bevor ich dazu komme, schau mal, Silvia, Beate fragt nach dem Nomen.
Belief. Belief.
Yeah.
Second syllable.
Yeah.
So this is a great, thank you so much for bringing that up, because it is a noun, right? But we don't have the stress on the first syllable like I had shared the pattern. So this is a perfect example of an exception of that. So believe, the verb to believe. I believe that we're going to have a great day today. Stress on the second syllable. A belief I have is that every day is a new day. Stress again on the second syllable, belief. So thank you so much for your question.
Sehr gut. So, genau, was du gefragt hast, Silvia. Und zwar, ich glaube, mit Genevieve hatte ich das mal, ich weiß nicht genau, da haben wir uns Wörter angeschaut, die gleich geschrieben werden und sowohl ein Nomen als auch ein Verb sein können und dann aber unterschiedlich betont werden. Ich zeige mal ein Beispiel. Und zwar haben wir ein present und to present. War das richtig ausgesprochen, Silvia?
Correct, yeah. A present. 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 Present.
Und da passt dein Pattern ganz genau, dass wir da diesen Unterschied haben. Ich habe noch eins. Und zwar hatten wir noch Folgendes. Record und to record. Da sehen wir sehr gut.
Yeah, I have a record of your attendance, or I have a musical record, also the same, and to record. Stress on the second syllable.
Genau. Und bei vielen dieser Wörter, wenn es als Nomen und als Verb funktioniert, bei vielen gilt diese Regel, aber wie wir von Beate schon gesehen haben, bei believe haben wir wieder eine Ausnahme. Also ja, wie immer, Regeln sind gut, aber sie treffen nicht immer zu. But Silvia, what about words that are longer than 2 syllables?
Yes, so we're going to skip 3-syllable words and go to 4-syllable words because 3-syllable words can really be all over the place. But 4-syllable words, 4 or more, the pattern is that the stress is usually going to fall somewhere in the middle. So you're not going to have stress at the beginning or at the end usually, but it will be somewhere in the middle. We already saw an example of this earlier today with exactly opportunity. So again, we don't have the stress at the beginning or the end, but in the middle. Opportunity. There we go, opportunity. Another one we have, information. Information. Where do you all think the stress is in information? Information.
Wir haben
information.
4 Silben, genau.
You can put the number in the chat. Information. Information. I'll say it again. I'll do a little bit slowly. Information.
I see. 3s. A lot of 3s.
Good. Infer, coming together. Information. Information. Exactly. 3rd syllable. Great. Another one, communication. Communication. Information. Communication. You can see it kind of has this pattern, this rhythm to it. Communication. Communication. Let's do one more. Why not? Where's the stress in communication? Communication.
I see. Force.
Me too. Yep, exactly. Communication. Communication. Great.
Sehr gut. Wow. Das funktioniert besser, als ich dachte, Silvia. Sehr gut. Okay, should we have a look at the words we got in the chat, in the comments?
Yes, I would love to. And actually, I see one coming in right now. Sabina, is that a question maybe you have? Declaration. Let's talk about that one. Okay. Well, we'll do the same 2 questions. How many syllables and where's the stress? So I'll say it. Declaration. Declaration.
Mhm.
How many syllables do you all think it has? Put it in the chat.
Ich bin für 4. Declaration.
Declaration.
Also 4 Silben, genau.
I'm seeing a lot of 4s. Yes, I would say 4 too. Declaration. Just this, it's kind of I was seeing some 3s in the chat, and because it's normal, this is the reduced vowel. Even when I try to say it slow, I want it to sound natural, and so there's a lot of that reduction. Declaration. Declaration. Where's the stress? Where do you think the stress is? Declaration.
Ich glaube, Gudrun, Georg und Sigrid haben schon 3
I'm
gesagt.
seeing a lot of 3.
Ja.
Absolutely. And this is a good example that does follow our rule. We have a word 4 or more syllables, and it's not on the first one, it's not on the last one, it is on the third one. Declaration. Declaration.
Sehr gut. One more I saw, Silvia, and I think we talked about this. Look at the question from Michael Schöner, and he asks whether the first or the second syllable is the stressed one. Research. We have a verb and a noun.
So I'll turn the question back to you, and then we can discuss it. I'm going to. There are different ways to pronounce this too, depending on where you are from. But I will pronounce it how I do in my accent, and we'll go from there. Research. First, how many syllables does it have? Research. Research. So I'm seeing a lot of, oh, there we go. Yeah, 2. Yes, exactly. We have 2 syllables. Research. I would say, well, you all take a guess. Where do you hear me putting stress? On the first or the second syllable? Research. 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 I would say, as I'm seeing some 1s, I'm seeing some 2s. I would say I stress the first syllable. Research. However, a lot of people say research. To do, research. So I would say in that case, this word, you can pronounce it either way.
Auch gut.
In the movies, always first. Okay, well, maybe it's more common in the first, or it depends on which movies you're watching. Maybe if these are U.S. produced movies with U.S. actors, then maybe you hear it more on the first. So good observation. And I hope this answers your question.
Interesting. Ja, interesting. Ja, aber gut für uns, wenn beides richtig ist, dann können wir keine Fehler machen bei der Betonung. Okay, what other words did we see in the comments, Silvia? You noted them down.
Yes, I did. So there was conundrum.
Ooh, wait.
Conundrum. So yeah, I have a conundrum. I have a problem, an obstacle that I need to get over. So let's do it together. How many syllables do you hear in conundrum?
Wait, did I spell that correctly? Okay. Und das heißt, genau, Conundrum heißt sowas wie Rätsel oder schwierige Frage oder schwieriges Problem, das man lösen muss.
Conundrum. Absolutely. 3s. Good. All right, so I'm going to pronounce it again. Let's see where the stress is. Conundrum. 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 Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of twos. Excellent. Conundrum. Yes, it is on the second one. So conundrum. Conundrum. This is it's a funny word, saying it over and over again in my mouth is sounds funny. Good.
Good. What else was there? I saw one. Should I type one?
Sure, go ahead.
So I saw, and let me see if I can type that correctly. I saw this one.
And I saw that one too, but I think this is anesthesia, but I think the question was anesthetist, the person.
Wait, let me type that.
But we can talk about this one too, anesthesia. Stress on the E's, anesthesia. This is an anesthetist. Also, I have trouble with this one, so don't worry. Although when you put that there, I had to do some thinking at the beginning. So this is an excellent question. I think this is the person who gives you the anesthesia, yeah? In the US, we call them anesthesiologists. So maybe this is easier for you to say an anesthesiologist, stress on the A. Anesthesiologist. But this one is anesthetist. So the stress is on the second syllable, that E sounds, anesthetist. So you can see I even struggle with that one. So you can also say anesthesiologist.
Wow, wait, let me see whether I tried to spell that. Ich habe mal versucht, das zu buchstabieren. And you let me know whether that's correct.
Yes, let me take a look.
Anesthesiologist. No. Oh, I need an O. Wait.
Anesthesiologist.
Wait, now I got it.
Yeah. That one. Better. And anesthesiologist.
Okay, also das war wirklich ein sehr schwieriges Wort und wie ihr gesehen habt, auch sehr schwierig zum Buchstabieren. Aber das ist auch immer gut, solche Beispiele zu sehen und zu üben. Was there another one, Silvia?
We did have some more, and there's more kind of coming in the chat. So do we have time, do you think?
Yeah, I think we can do a few more.
Okay. There was one at the beginning, which I don't want to forget. I had it noted down here. Someone put emotionally unavailable. Emotionally unavailable, a phrase actually. But let's break it down. We'll start with emotionally.
Wait, I put that in there. Ich kriege hier gerade meine Buchstabierstunde. Ich muss alles richtig schreiben. Okay, emotionally unavailable.
So let's start with emotionally first. Emotionally. How many syllables? This one is kind of long. Emotional. I'm tripping over my tongue. Emotionally. Emotionally. So thanks, Karen. We do have 5. Yes, emotionally. All right, where's the stress? Emotionally. 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 I'm not making it easy for you by tripping over my tongue. I'm sorry. Emotionally. Emotionally. Yeah, 2. Good. Yeah. Emotionally. Yes. Emotionally. Okay, the next one was unavailable, right? Unavailable. Unavailable. How many syllables? Unavailable. 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 Yes. 5. 5 syllables. Good. Unavailable. Unavailable. Okay, let me say it and we'll see where the stress is. Unavailable. 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 Threes. Unavailable. Unavailable. It is on 3 in the middle. And I did see 1-1. I want to talk about that a little bit because I was thinking in my head as I was saying this. Words often have secondary stress. So this, if you study phonetics and you study linguistics, it can get very complicated, more complicated than we need it to be for you and me. But we can have secondary stress, and I think that there is probably some secondary stress on this un, because it's a prefix there, and it's an important part of the word. So when I'm saying it, it would make sense that over time the language has evolved to have a little bit of stress on that un, so unavailable. So if you picked up on that, you have some good ears. It probably does have some stress there. Unavailable. But yes, our main stress is there in the middle. So I wanted to bring back this example because it's a phrase, and I'd like to see how today we talk about stress in words, but really it plays a big part in when we have phrases, like for example, or even in sentences. So we see that with emotionally unavailable. It's emotionally unavailable. Dun, 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 dun. It's this song of where is the stress in the sentence. Emotionally unavailable. Cool. How are we doing on time? Maybe
1 or 2 more examples. Were there any more in the comments? I think there was another one, wasn't there?
I know that there were some if we scroll back, but I'll also give everybody kind of like if you want to put it in the chat, again, you have a burning one, put it in right now and we can see it. Cool.
Please do that. Wir haben so viele Kommentare. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob ich da durchkomme, alles zu.
I see one.
Also schreibt gerne auch nochmal eure Wörter in die Kommentare. Und dann können wir noch 2, 3 Beispiele uns anschauen. Und Beate, stimmt, das hatte ich gesehen, Silvia. Appreciation.
Yeah, perfect. Appreciation. We have a lot of these words with like these shush, which is hard to say sometimes. Okay, how many syllables? Appreciation. Appreciation. I'll say it again. Appreciation. 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 Yes, so we have 5. Appreciation. Appreciation. Okay, great. 5 syllables. Now, where is the stress? Appreciation. 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 Seeing a lot of 4s. This is, I would say it was 4. Appreciation. Appreciation. So these 3 really come together. Appreciation. This is a great example. You can really see how strong the stress syllable is and how weak the other ones are. They come really close together. Appreciation. I'll do it again a little bit slower in case you're at home trying to mimic me and I'm speaking way too fast. Appreciation.
Sehr gut. Silvia,
yeah.
I've seen another one.
Okay.
Sabine wrote, hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, let's do it together. How many syllables?
There are also quite a few coming together, right? Sounds.
Hopefully. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Good. Threes. Yes, hopefully. And of course, we have that silent E of hope, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay, where is the stress in hopefully? Hopefully. Hopefully.
One.
Yeah, one. Hopefully. Hopefully. And the fully, yeah, it really does come together.
Like one.
Fully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
And you can think about it like that. If there's a word that you're always have trouble to pronounce, like I said, find that stressed vowel, and then the other ones, just smush them together or say them quietly. As long as you have that stressed vowel sound, everyone will understand. Mm-hmm.
Ja, exactly. Und genau das ist ja auch, wenn wir Filme schauen auf Englisch oder Podcasts hören. Ganz oft denkt man ja, aber das Wort klingt so in einem zusammengezogen. Aber im Prinzip sprechen wir im Deutschen ja auch so. Wenn wir schnell reden, werden ja auch ganz viele Silben so zusammengezogen. Zum Beispiel allein bei Verben mit dem en. Das hast du bestimmt auch gemerkt, Silvia, als du Deutsch gelernt hast. Zum Beispiel, wenn ich sage gehen, gehen. you just
Yes.
get this together as like kind of one syllable.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And it's a great point too this is also for listening. I think I might have mentioned earlier too, but not just to have perfect pronunciation, but to listen better or to understand more as well. One other thing I forgot to say, but I like to say is that stress in words in English and sentences it's not informal. Sometimes people will ask me, is this just something that I do with my friends or in informal situations? And the answer is no, it's just part of the language. It's another aspect of the language that is used all of the time, even in work situations as well. So thank you all for your wonderful participation, and I'm gonna give it over to you, Maren, to talk about the survey.
Ja, das war schon perfekt, Silvia. Genau, wir hätten wie immer sehr gerne euer Feedback, auch besonders zu dieser Session, weil es ja doch ein bisschen anders war. Wir hatten das so, Stress hatten wir definitiv noch nicht. Wir haben schon so ein bisschen Pronunciation gemacht, aber besonders dieser Word Stress oder auch Stress, wenn man so mehrere Wörter zusammen hat, das war ja neu. Und deshalb würden wir sehr gerne euer Feedback dazu bekommen. Und Silvia, 1000 Dank an dich, dass du dabei warst. Und wir sehen uns nächste Woche wieder und ich wünsche allen soweit eine schöne Woche und bis dann, bye bye und danke nochmal, Silvia.
Yes, thank you and thanks to all of you.
Bye bye.